Okay, so in this video, we want to review how to multiply polynomials. Basically, that's just another way of saying to use the distributive property. Remember, when we are distributing something, we're going to multiply the term to all other terms of the polynomial. Another thing to remember is that when you are multiplying a variable, you need to add their exponents. After you've applied this distributive property, then you're going to try to combine like terms. I say try because there might not be any like terms to actually combine, but if there are, you want to go ahead and simplify by combining them. So let's look at an example here. Let's say we had the polynomial 3x squared, and we're going to multiply it by 5x cubed plus 3x squared minus 4x plus 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute this 3x squared to every other term in the polynomial. So I multiply 3 times 5 gives me 15. When I multiply x squared times x cubed, remember I'm going to add their exponent, so it's going to be an x to the 5th. Then I'm going to take 3x squared, multiply it by another 3x squared, which will give me 9x to the 4th. 3x squared times negative 4x gives me negative 12x cubed. 3x squared times 1 is going to give me 3x squared. All right, let's try another example. Let's say we have the polynomial 2x minus 1, and we're going to multiply it by 6x plus 4. So what I'm going to do here, again, I'm going to distribute. When I distribute, I'm going to first start off with the 2x. It's going to distribute to the 6x, which will give me 12x squared. I'm going to take that 2x again to the 4, and I'm going to get an 8x. Now I'm going to distribute this negative 1 as well. So negative 1 times that 6x is going to give me a negative 6x. Negative 1 times 4 is going to give me a minus 4. Now, last time, after I distributed, I was finished because there were no like terms. But now I do have some like terms. If I look at these inside terms, I've got an 8x and a negative 6x. So those like terms need to get combined. I'm going to leave that 12x squared because there's nothing alike with it. There's no like terms. But I'm going to put the 8x and the negative 6x together, which would give me 2x. And then I'm going to leave that minus 4 because there's no other like terms with it. All right, let's look at one more example here. Let's say we have something, or we have 5x squared plus 7x minus 2, and we're going to multiply that by 4x minus 1. So for this example, we're going to take the 5x squared, we're going to distribute it to the 4x, which is going to give me 20x cubed. I'm going to take that 5x squared to that negative 1, which is going to give me a negative 5x squared. Now I'm going to take the 7x to the 4, which is going to give me, to the 4x, which is going to give me 28x squared. I'm going to take the 7x to the negative 1, which is going to give me negative 7x. Now I'm going to take the negative 2 to the 4x, which is going to give me negative 8x. I'm going to take the negative 2 to the negative 1, which gives me positive 2. Again, in this situation, we see that we have some like terms. So I'm actually going to try to combine some like terms here. Let's say we have our x squared terms. I've got a negative 5x squared and a 28x squared. So those can get combined. Now remember, we want it in descending order. So my 20x cubed has nothing in common, so I'm going to leave that alone. But now my x squareds, I can combine those together, and I'm going to get a positive 23x squared. I see some more like terms. I've got a negative 7x and a negative 8x, which is going to give me a negative 15x. And then that plus 2, nothing alike. So just like the 20x cubed, I'm just going to bring it down. And that's going to be how I'm going to multiply my polynomials. Start with my distributive property. Whatever is in that first polynomial, it's going to get multiplied by the second polynomial. Remembering to add those exponents when I'm multiplying. After I'm finished, I'm going to try to combine like terms. We saw an example where there were no like terms to combine, and then we saw 2 examples where there were like terms that we needed to go ahead and simplify by combining those like terms.